Welcome to the channel. So today I am going to be doing a video which I've been meaning to do for quite a long time now, all about my Altra trail collection. I have pretty much most of the new Altra lineup for 2022, but I'm going to go through each shoe one by one and the older shoes that I have to tell you where I think they fit in, how they feel, the pros, the cons, etc, etc. So yeah, that's the video. I've been a fan for Altra for about the last 5-6 years. I've got to say I love them to pieces, and I know that some shoes, some iterations, some models, some newer versions have annoyed a few people, pissed a few people off, and get even really angered some people. I will and I have stuck with them through thick and thin. Obviously there's changes since they've been bought by VF Corporation a few years ago, so some of their shoes have got slimmer, more narrow. But I think that's just a part of the business, and I think they have to sort of broaden their horizons a little bit to sort of fit into the market, being such a sort of competitive industry. So therefore I can kind of see why they have changed a few things, or maybe got some new models that aren't as wide as people would like them. But that said, I am a huge fan, I love them to pieces, and I will be going through each of the trail model that I have one by one right now. Okay, so to kick things off, I'm going to basically start with the Superior. This is the 4.5 version. There is a 5 out there already. I doubt there's going to be a 6 this year, but I was really impressed with this shoe last year. It's a very lightweight, it's their lightest, sort of most nimble trail lineup that they do have. Super soft upper, like a sort of burrito style fit with the tongue that's sort of, it's all stitched in that one side, so it's like a solid tongue there and then loose there, so you just sort of wraps right around the foot. Extremely comfortable. Some people have said this is the most comfortable upper. True to size always in length. This is 10.5 and it fits my foot perfectly. There's I think 19mm stack height here. It's actually their old sort of, it's their Quantic midsole. They've changed that now. And the outside is the matched track outer, which isn't great to be honest in wet, but for dusty, simple trails, woods, whatever, in the summertime, springtime, it's okay. But it's kind of slip sliding all over the place in the wet. Kind of handles the road okay as well, as long as you have a nice sort of quite high cadence. It's a good one for the little road because it's nimble, great ground feel, super soft, perfect little shoe. But as I said, this is the 4.5. There is a 5 out there now, but very impressed with this shoe. That's the first one that I'll talk about. Right, next is probably my favorite shoe of all time. This is the LONEPEAK 6. I had the 5, I had the 4, and so on and so on. I absolutely love the shoe to pieces. It is one of my favorite shoes for many, many different reasons. Comfortable upper with good protection, great lockdown, heels all perfect, super soft, no issues there. That's as long as you go for a slightly shorter size actually. It's not necessarily true to size for me anyway. I had to drop down in the 10 as opposed to 10.5 and I get a much better fit in the toe box. I found the 10.5 just a little bit too sloppy up here, too much room at the front. But this one, 10, it fits me perfectly. So the upper, lockdown, heel collar, all perfect, great protection. Midsole is 25mm of the Ego midsole, and that is a perfect amount of cushioning and protection. It just feels great underfoot because you also get that lovely ground feel underneath. Outsole is a Max Track outsole, definitely better than the Superior. Grippy, changed the lugs from the 5, slightly different directions. It works okay in the mud, not brilliant, but it's they're deep enough to get some good traction in there, but it will do pretty much everything. And again, even handle sort of the pavement because of its protection there, and it's nice and lightweight. It's a good shoe. This is also a great shoe, I would say, for anyone who wants to take hiking. I think it's a perfect shoe to go hiking in because it is very kind of low weight, and it's just, you forget that it's on your foot. It's just there, and it just has a lovely ground feel, and it just feels great. So I've done many reviews on the LONEPEAK, so I won't go on about this. LONEPEAK 6, awesome shoe. Now next one is the Timp 4. Now this one here, I'm as I said, very impressed. But my initial reaction, sort of feel of the shoe was that it was a safe shoe. When I mean safe, I mean it's a solid shoe. Nothing really to write home too much about, but there's no problems. Straight out of the box, it fits nicely. Lots of secure lockdown up here. Big sort of cushioned heel collar, great pull tab, perfect upper, plenty of room, much roomier than the 2 and the 3 because they sort of increase the overall volume. It's much more like the 1.5. Cushioning, 25mm of the Ego Max midsole, and that's really, really soft and comfortable. And that's where it is. It's soft and comfortable. It's not that responsive. It doesn't have much energy to return. Personally, for me anyway, it doesn't have much bounce back. But for the for softness and for comfort and for those easy days, this is ideal. And again, we have the Max Track Altra. Pretty much all the Altra shoes, apart from the last two, are Max Track Altras. Yeah, drainage things here, a little bit odd, and I think there's some people have said that you can feel the crease of the actual holes, but I haven't had no issues with that yet. Overall, I would say the Timp 4 is a very comfortable, solid, easy, kind of standard shoe and kind of conventional. It's almost up there with just a very basic trainer, but it's comfortable and it's good, and it's probably very reliable, and I know that millions of people do love it, and millions of people probably will love this shoe. So very good shoe, and it's definitely loads better than the 2 and the 3 because of the more spacious, voluminous toe box area. So well done, Timp 4. On to a very, kind of not provocative, but a very controversial, let's say, shoe, the Mont Blanc. Now, let's say most people do not like this shoe. Straight away, I would say why. It's because of the heel collar. They have found issues with a lockdown in the heel here. It just caused them, too many people have said it. Personally, I have had no issues with the heel collar. It's not amazingly locked down, but it doesn't bother me. I did a little bit of DIY stuff. I beefed up the tongue so I put some extra padding on there so I could cinch the lockdown. I changed the laces, by the way, as well. I think that's a must to get more of a secure fit. And then it just kind of stays put. But that said, I wouldn't want to use it for super technical stuff because of its 30mm stack height and, let's say, not 100% secure lockdown in the heel. You could get some movement in there, and it's got a very stretchy upper, which I find great and lovely and accommodating. But again, it sort of loses that sort of control, that super dialed in fit for those sort of more technical stuff. So yeah, if you're looking for a super technical shoe, this won't be the one. But if you're looking for a trail shoe that can go a long distance and feels great underfoot, because this 30mm of Ego Max, now this is the midsole that I just absolutely love. It's got a certain blend of some other sort of TPU stuff in there, but it just feels awesome. It's bouncy, it's poppy, and it's cushioned, and it still retains that lovely ground feel. That's why I find this shoe so nice, because of that midsole. And then that sort of the Vibram grip on the outside here that they've reduced it down. This is great because this does stick and it does track, does hold on to the wood, to the mud and the wood and grass, whatever you're on, even road and pavement, because of the bouncy nature of the shoe. It's a all-rounder. It's lightweight, pretty much true to size, although maybe I wouldn't mind seeing what it would be like to go down half a size, because there's still a little bit of extra wiggle room up here, probably too much, but that's not a bad thing because obviously your foot does swell up. But the Mont Blanc, personally, for me, I love the shoe. I think it's an awesome shoe. It's my go-to. I think I've done 200 miles in this one now already, maybe more, I don't know. I need to add it all up, but super impressive shoe. And I'd imagine the Mont Blanc 2 is going to be even better because they will address the heel collar issues that a lot of people have found too troublesome. So there we have the Mont Blanc. Love it. So that leads me nicely onto the Olympus 4. This is the Olympus 4. There is a 5 which is due to come out very soon. It could already be out, I'm not sure. But I also love the shoe very much. You can't say it's a beefed up Mont Blanc or the Mont Blanc's a stripped down Olympus, because there's a lot more sort of stuff going on than that. It's a different upper, there's a lot more protection up here than the Mont Blanc. You've got quite a firm toe bumper up here, a lot more protection overall, and a much stiffer heel collar, so much more structure up here, and very comfortable still very comfortable, does not lose the comfort. 33mm, and this is actually the A-bound material in this midsole here, which I find really, really good, really responsive, and still cushioned and perfect. I know in the new 5, in the Olympus 5, they will be sticking in the Altra Ego Max. But this shoe here, it's served me really well. It's a solid shoe, great grip as well, full Vibram Mega grip on the outside, and there's lots of traction. The only thing I would say about this is the treads. For some reason, it does seem to clog up a lot of mud. So after wet conditions, it's not the lightest shoe. It does seem to hold on to that weight underneath, which can be an issue, which I've addressed before in many other videos. But it's a solid shoe, good shoe for pretty much most people out there. And for hiking as well, I would recommend this shoe for long distance hikes because of the protection, the comfort and the structure. It's going to fit pretty much everyone. There's no issues here. Plenty wide enough, but not too sloppy. Great lockdown. Everything seems to fit nicely. Nothing really bad about the shoe, apart from maybe the clog at the mud, and maybe it's a little bit on the heavier side. But apart from that, the Olympus is a classic. It's that beefy tank of a shoe that can pretty much tackle anything, anywhere, and keep going on for a long time. This is my second Timp 4 that I've had. It's not Timp 4, so it's my second Olympus 4. The first one, after 350 miles, did shred a little bit around here and wear down, but I think 350 miles is pretty good going. It could have been a bit more, but that's roughly what it is. So the last one, which annoyingly Altra have discontinued, is the King MT. So it's the King MT2, I think it is. This one's the second iteration they had. Love this shoe. I think this is about 17 or 18 mil of their Ego midsole with a really strong, nice, grippy Vibram Mega Grip on the outside there, which has deep lugs. Awesome lockdown up here. A nice sort of weird Velcro sort of thing at the back here, the sort of shark skin, so when your foot goes in, it doesn't really slip out. But I'm not going to go on about the shoe too long because they've discontinued it. But for a shoe that wants to tackle the mud, for the ups and the downs, and for those technical trails, they were onto a serious winner here. But yeah, I've done a video before about this and why they could discontinue. I really don't know. But I'm not going to go on too much about that one because obviously you can't buy it. So there we have it. So that is the Altra lineup of 2022. As I said, most of those shoes are the new versions. The Superior 5 I need to pick up at some point if I do, and then the Olympus 5 as well. But apart from that, that's it. They do have a couple of other new ones. I am looking forward to the Mont Blanc Boa, which has the Boa system, which could dial in things a bit more. And then there's another one which I forgot what it's called, but it's some sort of road to trail transition shoe. In regards to road to trail as well, all of them work really well. Because the lugs aren't deep, you can use them all to get from the road to the trails. There's no issues. Probably maybe the King &T, but that's gone anyway. So they all have the versatility to be used like that. Right, that's it. That's the video. I hope that didn't go on too long. Any questions, please fire below. Let me know what your favorite Altra trail shoe is. I'd love to hear your thoughts on your favorite. Maybe it's one from the past or one that's now. And maybe let me know if you've got any amazing Altra alternatives. I know that Topo Athletic out there, they do some really good ones too. But there's not many zero drop foot, wide accommodating shoes out there with a little bit of cushion. I know we have the Vivo and the other barefoot style ones, but there's just zero cushion on those, which isn't a bad thing, but there's just a lot for most people to adjust to quite quickly. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Please click that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and thank you if you have. And yeah, that's it. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Yeah, probably not the coolest thing just to chuck the shoes and get mud everywhere. Anywho, that's it.